What's up, people? Cosmos here, bringing you the scoop on building Wolverine for the Endgame. If you want to see all of Wolverine's powers, make sure to check out my Wolverine 101 video, because in this video, we're only going to highlight a few skills that I think are really good for the Endgame. At low levels, I like to try everything, and I would encourage you to do the same. You can see I just spray points everywhere, just so I can find out what I like. If, however, you don't want to redo your spec later in the game, it might help to plan ahead. So what does every hero need? A balance between offense and defense. However, killing stuff is much more fun than tanking, so usually in this game, that means getting just enough defense so you don't die constantly, and as much offense as mutantly possible. So for Wolverine, you'll need health regen talents. They're really your only options for staying alive. And that means healing factor and regen boost. Those are your best options. Healing factor gives you a nice base for health regen that you can build on with gear, and it gives you life on hit with your attacks. Regen boost is for any time your health starts to dip past halfway. I also grab Cage the Beast for long fights to get that spirit back in a hurry. Bloody Victory can be good for trash, but in Endgame you want to build for the bosses, so this isn't going to be that helpful there. Staying alive on Wolverine also means being mobile. So I keep Furious Lunge bound to my right click, as it's the best way to get out of trouble quickly. It covers a lot of ground, and it has a quick animation, so if you get in trouble, just zip right out. Now let's get into the fun stuff. How are we going to do some damage? For the basic attack, I like Bloody Slash, again because it's better for bosses. For really dealing some damage, you want to dip into your spirit spending abilities. I like to initiate with Slashing Leap, lay a nice dot on the target, then use my Bloody Slash for another dot, and then if they're still alive, I use I'm the best there is to finish them off. I've heard this move is too slow. I usually don't have a problem landing it, and it does so much damage it's worth the wait. You can stack attack speed to ferocity talents if you are really worried about getting it off. For my last slot, I like to use Can't Keep Me Down, just because stuns and things like freezing can be very annoying in the end game. You don't need to put a lot of points in it, but you want to have it when you need it. Alright, now let's look at a boss fight and see this playstyle in action. So what you want to do is dive in with Slashing Leap, use Bloody Slash 1 or 2 times, and then lunge to get out. That's it. Just rinse and repeat. If you get impatient, like I do, you can stay in a little longer, take a few hits, before running away and spamming your regen abilities. Once you get the boss past 50%, you want to mix in I'm as good as it gets into the rotation, just to take him down extra quick. This might be where you take some extra hits, so watch your health bar. If you start to get low, just run away until you're comfortable going back in. If you're playing in a group and you have a good tank like the Thing or Colossus, you can stay in longer, but just remember there's not really clear aggro in this game, so the boss can turn on you at any time and you'll have to jump out. On bosses with stuns, like Dr. Doom, everyone's favorite fight, be ready to pop Can't Keep Me Down. You can anticipate the animation when he's coming out of flame mode, or you can just use it to get out of the stun early and get some more hits in. Also, every 20 minutes, you can pop your ultimate power, which keeps you up pretty well for about 30 seconds, but the cooldown means that you can't count on it for every fight, so just keep that in mind. I like to put it on my bar and pop it, and then while it's on cooldown, just take it off and then wait for it to come back up before I mess with it. You can also keybind things to the F1 keys, or F1 through 10, for abilities that you're going to use less often, so that might be a good plan for your ultimate. So there you see Doc Ock is history, and now let's check out itemization. As far as items go, the defensive stats I like are health and health regen. Dodge is also pretty great, but it's hard to find on Wolverine gear. Offensively, I like attack speed, crit damage, the usual suspects. You'll be using your Bloody Slash a fair amount, so defense penetration is also very good. I also really like movement speed because it will reduce the number of hits you're going to take, and obviously try to find plus to current rank of your favorite powers, like Bloody Slash and Healing Factor. As far as medals go, I like the Doc Ock medal because your basic attacks all count as area powers. If you want more life regen, Sabretooth medal is the way to go. Some people think that Doom's medal is the best in the game for every single hero, so you want to pick one of these. For artifacts, you want to get any offensive stats that you can find. There are some good artifacts with crit and crit damage. The best artifact in the game right now seems to be Edge of Infinity. I haven't seen one of these babies yet, but look at that. Crit damage, and straight damage. I'd love to get my claws on some of those. For your costume stats, I would go offensive. If you like a certain stat, keep crafting until you get all attack speed or all crit. This is a good place to make up whatever you're lacking on your other gear. So please let me know in the comments what Wolverine powers are your favorites, especially if you have a different overpowered spec that you use. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, and if you follow me on Twitter, you'll be the first to know about new videos and when I'm streaming. Thanks a lot, guys.